I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. In this video, it'll pretty much come after my little introductory video because I kind of want to explain a few things. So, I actually, collaborated with the human familiar, and of course, it's like there's actually one picture of the pianist at the end of this trailer. So the human and I, we actually created this trailer for the upcoming performance that's going to be presented on October 31st. And we're even going to have a little bit of an introductory video where the human and I are together, or at least the human pianist and I, meaning. So the thing is I kind of want to just kind of talk a little bit about the trailer because the human more or less is kind of designed it in the form of an actual trailer, so please we'll know that it's not an actual movie that's going to be presented, but he thought it would be fun just to have this bit of introductory kind of setting where more or less kind of amplifies, enhances the feeling of this upcoming performance, because this is actually our first performance we're doing. So also be rest assured, it's like we're not professionals, of course, so we really feel like we are doing our best for this upcoming gig we're going to be doing. So anyway, it's like, so the human and I, we pretty much, we traveled around to Europe. We even went over to England and stuff like that. And so in this video, you're going to see me mostly looking at a couple of concert halls and opera houses and stuff like that. So, and of course, you might just think, well, what does this have to do with, this upcoming performance? Okay, there's also a couple other pictures. We have, the piano where the, human is going to be performing on, or the human pianist. And we also have a couple of other, pictures and stuff like that. But, the reason why I thought it would be fun and entertaining to throw in, some opera houses and stuff is because, the Danse Macabre, is actually, composed by, this, composer, composer, my goodness, sometimes I just can't talk, but, Saint-Saëns, and he pretty much, does a lot of other, kind of, mystical kind of pieces. So if you ever get a chance, I'm going to have all the information even in the description box below, in the discussion box below, so I always am actually, looking forward to seeing what you guys think about it. It's not a real movie. Maybe eventually, my story might eventually be, turn into a movie, of course. I'm not sure if I'll ever, show face in those things, but anyway. So I thought it would be fun just to kind of, just get the feel of classical music, because I don't know if anybody out there has ever been in an official concert hall, concert building, opera house, if you guys, ever listen to live music or, different types of genres and stuff like that. So, yeah, but I thought it would be kind of, fun because, when I was standing outside of those buildings, I really kind of got this real, real powerful energy, when I was just kind of this, even, when I put my hands on the buildings, you kind of can feel the energy that a lot of these architectures put into designing such big, grand, places. I mean, my goodness, it's I really wish I could have actually had the opportunity, but of course, it's if you have no ticket and stuff like that, you're not allowed to, to get in and stuff like that, and plus, me as a vampire, stuff like that, people might either, just it would just be one big, dramatic event that I would really want to not, will ever experience ever. But other than that, I really hope you guys will enjoy this trailer that I based off of, this entire, event taking place and stuff like that. It's going to have, different types of pictures. We even already have a few shots of the graveyard where we're going to be, performing at. And I even, decided to bring a bouquet of roses to, some of these places and stuff like that. But other than that, well, thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys incredibly, and enjoy this trailer of the Danse Macabre, based off of Gabriella, Carter, me, and my human Lazarus. So, but of course, we also have one, before I finish off, there's one shot of the human, pianist and I, he has some long hair, stuff like that. Be rest assured, we're not related at all. So if you pretty much just think, well, are you guys, together? No, I never turned anybody. So be rest assured, I didn't do anything. But anyway, again, please feel free to join, subscribe, what have you. I love you guys incredibly, and enjoy this upcoming trailer.